Are you curious if Medicare will cover your weight loss, your GLP-1 injection? I want to cover that in more detail on this video. There's a lot of bad information around how Medicare covers these medications, and so I want to clear on what the rules are and in what cases can they be approved. I'm Emily with the Medicare Coach, an independent consultant helping our clients easily navigate both the Medicare rules from the government, but also the insurance company options to help you do what's right and best for you to have the best healthcare while also protecting your healthcare rights. So in the section below, I will share some extra resources to make your life easier when it comes to Medicare, things I wish that my dad and I had when we were first joining Medicare a couple years ago. So let's kick this off. Medicare does cover GLP-1, aka weight loss, aka diabetic, aka heart medications, things like that. Things like Ozempic and Mounjaro are the two main ones that they cover. So if you're taking Ozempic or Mounjaro, most Medicare plans will have those medications on what's called their formulary, their approved medication list, which is great because that means you're gonna have that maximum $2,000 cap. So Medicare does cover those. But there's one caveat, and we're very clear this with all of our clients. In order for those two to be covered, you tend to need to be a diabetic, diagnosed as a diabetic, not pre-diabetic, but it's usually a diagnosis as a diabetic, which can be frustrating. And so my point is, some of these plans, you will see it on their formulary, right? Whether it be Advantage or Part D, but they have what's called prior authorization. And prior authorization means that in order for you to have your medication filled, your GLP-1 medication filled by your Medicare drug plan, your doctor has to provide additional documentation for that medication to be covered. And so just because it's on the formulary, you're not guaranteed to have it. Now, we had a client recently who was on a medication for her heart, for her heart health. And it was like a GLP-1 medication, and it was on a formulary, but it was not approved by the FDA for her heart issue. And in this case, her doctor then tried to use Wegovy, which is another GLP-1 medication. And Wegovy is not on any formulary as of now. There can be some exceptions that can be requested of the Medicare drug plan, and they might approve it. But in this case, although Wegovy has been approved by the FDA to treat heart issues, her Part D plan did not cover her Wegovy to be covered by her plan. So in this case, it was going to cost her a couple $1,000s every single month to pay for Wegovy out of her pocket. So there are other medications like that might be on a formulary, but might not be, might require prior authorization, and you don't meet those requirements. So the easiest way to know that your plan is going to cover your GLP-1 medication is one, if you're on Ozempic or Mounjaro and you have been diagnosed with diabetes. That will almost always be covered by your Medicare Part D drug plan. But if you want to have Ozempic or Mounjaro for weight loss or for other types of treatment, it can be hard to get approved. Finally, Wegovy is rarely approved by anything. And so if your doctor's thinking about Wegovy, it might not solve your problem if you want to have Medicare cover it. So again, the goal here at the Medicare Coach is to help you understand what the rules are so we can kind of navigate things to get the best coverage. But there's some things like a Wegovy that sometimes just can't be approved. There can be exceptions, but it can be hard to get those exceptions, those one-off approvals. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, it can be a little confusing as to how the plans work, what's covered, what isn't, but it's important to understand what the rules are as you go into Medicare, even every year during your annual review, so you understand what levers can you pull to help you save money when it comes to your medications. So again, leave me your comments down below or your questions down below. I look forward to helping you easily make your right Medicare decision.